We're coming up on Tuesday. Everyone has election fatigue, but I feel like when people found out you were the, what's the official title?
I'm a senior advisor to Donald Trump.
When they found that out, I was in your comment sections. We follow each other. I saw the comment section. How do you deal with that?
Well, I could care very little about what people think about me. I'm never going to be enslaved by what people think about me. The only people who I care about is my mom, my family, my fiance, and my church family. But I'm never going to be enslaved by what other people think of me because I know who I am and I own who I am.
Make no apologies. I will say that.
I'm living my life for me. And so many people get caught up into social media and the negativity and it's just such dark nastiness out there. That's why I stay covered in the blood.
As a black woman, has it been difficult at times to reconcile some of the things that Trump has said about black culture, about, the blacks, as he calls it, and being so close to him? Has it been difficult to reconcile some of the things that he says?
That's a really important question because what I realized working so closely with him is how many Caucasians have no idea who we are. They don't know about our culture because they've never been exposed to it. And so we can sit and just wag our finger at them and criticize them, or we can teach them how to talk to us and how to appreciate our culture and how to approach us. But if they have never been exposed to it, then it's a teaching moment. It's not just a critical moment, and we have to get out of our feelings. Somebody say something down the side of the neck, you correct them and you keep pushing on. But we can't do that separated. We have to come to the table and have the dialogue. But some people feel like we shouldn't even have the dialogue, that we shouldn't even be at the table. I feel differently. I feel the only way that we are going to get people to respect our culture and who we are is to be at the table, teaching them, leading them. When he says something that's offhand, I'm the one.
That was my next question. What are you saying to him behind closed doors? Because when he sometimes sounds like he thinks we all live in the inner city ghetto and we're all poor and we're all uneducated.
And you know what? African Americans are not a monolith.
But do you tell him that?
Policies are directed towards. It's not middle class. It's the people who are suffering. And sometimes in those little sound bites, you don't have an opportunity to cover the full gamut of all black folks. Because even our wealthy African Americans come to him and say, what about tax breaks for us? Because they're extremely wealthy. So he has to cover that policies. And even our, people who are struggling, he has to address that. There's such a gamut. He's decided to fight for those who don't have a voice, for the people who have been forgotten, the folks that people tend to kind of push around and walk around. And so, yeah, I know it sounds like he thinks everybody, but he doesn't. Because we have conversations, we had business roundtables, we've gone to faith communities, we've gone to barbershops, we've talked to the gamut. However, when you're giving a speech and you got 2 seconds, you're appealing to the people who are wanting and needing the change the most. And so I know it sometimes sounds a little tone deaf. I understand that, and black folks, I hear y'all. But understand that running for an office and governing are 2 different things. Campaigning and governing are 2 different things. Just like Hillary said in her email, I have a private position and a public position. Y'all didn't catch that, but that's okay.
Did he fear? How is he doing, first of all, Donald? How's he doing? Did he fear for his life yesterday in Reno? I know it got a little crazy. How's he doing right now?
Let me tell you something. I almost had a heart attack. So the fact that he was so calm, I'm from the hood. Y'all start talking about guns and shooting. We all run. Not white people. White people stand around like, what's going on? Who has a gun? What type of gun is it? Not me. I was like, I'm watching TV to see what the commotion was. I'm not going to investigate. No, all jokes aside, the threats that have been directed towards him and his family that are not made public are insane. The death threats have been directed at me and my family from black folks have been shameful. But I'm from the projects. Like, you got to say a little more than, I hate you and I'm going to kill you, to rattle my feathers.
When Tuesday comes around, let me know either way. If it goes the Trump way or if it goes the Clinton way, what is going to be the reaction? Because I hear this word rigged a lot, and I feel like he's going to throw it out there if he loses. But honestly, what is the reaction going to be either way?
Well, out of fairness, I did work for Al Gore, and he ran for president. And I remember the night that he conceded. but he really won. Remember, Florida had been called, dangling chads, Supreme Court. Remember, that went on for 7 weeks. And so you don't concede if you feel that there's been something going on. So I needed to qualify that for you. But I believe that when Mr. Trump wins, that we'll see challenges from her camp. Because they're not prepared to deal with the fact that this outsider, this person from the private sector, this person is actually about to like defeat her. They're not prepared for that. Now, let me tell you, it's a toss-up. I'm not calling it either way. I'm just saying, if it happens, you need to be looking at their side, not ours.